Bitter criticism. We are facing a lot of criticism because of the bitterness. People are saying that bitterness is not a good feeling, but I don't care. I guess bitterness always happen. Bitterness always happen when you are honest, when you are speaking the truth. No matter what truth is, you have to face, you have to do criticism. For example, let's do a very simple criticism here, but it will be bitter. It will be bitter. I'm warning you. Look, Russian and Americans will destroy themselves and all mankind. Tommy! 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 I guess throwing rocks is the only way to keep Tommy here. To keep people safe from, to keep dogs safe from Tommy. You are arrested, Tommy. You are under arrest. Espérate. So, what a shame. Vladimir Putin is right. We have no idea about Russian language. But I guess I use English just to destroy imperialism. That's it. I don't use English to, I don't know, to endorse imperialism. You will see. This is a pretty strange thing. Look, I will turn on. I just turned the cell phone, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know how the image will be then. Fucking dog. This dog always disappears. Tommy always escapes. So here we are with another Quilmes from a fascist country. From a stupid country. Last time I drank it was 3 days ago or 2 days ago. So I don't drink too much. You may say I only drink socially because I'm recording myself. If anybody see this, that's it. I drink socially. Understand? Yeah, I'm not an alcoholic because I just drink socially. It's too hot. Today was these days being cold during the night, but now it's fine. And here we go. Well, a sad news is that I don't have internet anymore, but I saved some news before before my internet gone. So yeah, I couldn't hear Vladimir Putin interview, and well, he said that America controls the whole media around the world. And I have to recognize that I have to recognize Russia make efforts to communicate to Hispanic people. At least I don't remember if they have a Brazilian channel, but I can speak Spanish and Portuguese, I I am on this interregnum of the declining of the American empire. So in my life, I guess it's a good business to learn English and study abroad. So that's what I've learned English, or I try to learn. I'm trying to speak, because of studies abroad. Better opportunities than this stupid country, which is Chile. Forget about Chile, people. Chile, what's gonna happen? Oh no, these people is too platonic, they are moralistic. Anything happens, like these fires, they don't care about prevention, they care zero about prevention. They care zero about urbanism. They just don't care. They care just about drama, people died because of irresponsibility, of neglection, and they all make a fuss. And the fuss is the important thing, the pity, that's it. They make a show from pity. What a ill people. They are ill. They have a brain, a ill brain. Because and when came a earthquake, for example, you totally can make a safe houses, you can make safe houses. Why they don't? Because they are irresponsible. They are liberals, That's it. Because they are liberals. Anyway, I say from a news from CGTN that they are talking about Palestinians. Radio TV, Palestinians brace for Rafah assault. Israel promises evacuation. Middle East. This was for February 11. I guess this from yesterday. And we are in Carnival too. We are still in Carnival. CGTN. Israeli airstrikes killed 17 people in Rafah on the Gaza border overnight. Medics said on Thursday, as over 1 million Palestinians crammed into the city, awaited a full-scale offensive with the rest of the enclave in ruins and nowhere left to run. Sounds like China is supporting Palestine too. But what is more interesting to me? What is more interesting to me is the power of Jews in globalization and globalism. That's more interesting. Just to see how Jews support China, or China needs this management, this financial management. I want to know. This is a question that how much power does the Jew people, or these bonds between Jew people, Israel, the financial system, That's the real question. For example, I'm using YouTube now. Just because I'm using YouTube, I guess I'm supporting Israel, I can do nothing about it. Look, I bought a beer. This beer is not Israel. It's not from Israel. But I bought from money, I paid money for it. So I guess I'm supporting Israel. That's the sad truth about the world. And I guess China needs Jew people too. I was researching about Jew people in China. It's not so interesting. It goes for millennia ago, but That's not the question. The question is, how do people in 2024 controls the financial system, or if that is just anti-Semitic, or I don't know, a conspiracy theory. 4 months into the conflict, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said it has ordered the military to develop a plan to evacuate Rafah and destroy 4 Hamas battalions it says are deployed there. The Israeli military said the Air Force killed 2 Hamas operatives in Rafah on Saturday. Israel's military offered civilians to flee south before previous assault on Gaza cities, but now there is no obvious place to go, and aid agencies have said many people could die. Any Israeli incursion in Rafah means massacres, means destruction. People are feeling every inch of the city, and we have somewhere, and we have nowhere to go, said Resig Salah, 35. Who fled from Gaza City for Rafah with his wife and 2 children early in the conflict. A possible assault on Rafah prompted international concern, including posts on social media from British Foreign Secretary David Cameron and Dutch Foreign Minister Henk Bruins Slot. Palestinians search for survivors after an Israeli airstrike on a residential building in Rafah, Gaza Strip, February 10, 2024. Well, I have to say that analysts like Rui Pimenta from PCO in Brazil are pretty good analyst. He could be my 3rd place or my 4th place. I'm sorry, Rui, but yeah, I like Pepe Escobar, Timur Fomenko, and Bradley Blankenship is not. Maybe he's on in holiday still on weekend. But maybe you are better than Bradley Blankenship. But I like him because he always speaks details from the United States because he was an American. Anyway, he criticized America. There's some rabbit over there. Anyway, deeply concerned about the prospect of a military offensive in Rafah. Over half of Gaza's population are sheltering in the area. The priority must be an immediate pause in the fighting to get aid in and hostages out. Then progress towards a sustainable, permanent ceasefire, Cameron said on X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. Hard to see how large-scale military operations in such a densely populated area will not lead to many civilian casualties and a bigger humanitarian catastrophe. This is unjustifiable, Brunslot said. Airstrikes. The conflict in Gaza began on October 7, when Hamas gunmen stormed border defenses to attack Israeli towns, killing around 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and taking around 250 hostages back to Gaza, according to Israeli tallies. Israel responded with a massive bombardment and ground offensive in which about 28,000 Palestinians, mostly civilians, have been killed, according to medical authorities in Hamas-run Gaza. This is like 2,000 to 1 kill, I guess. No, 100 to 1, I guess. So yeah, it's so unequal. The killing is so unequal. But my question, I will repeat this. All I'm doing here, just sitting here, just surviving in the West Global South. Unfortunately, I guess I'm supporting Israel because of underground functioning of financial system. I have zero idea about financial system, but this is just this is a bad feeling, a bad feeling about all this. But I'm pretty sure that it works like that. So all this skill, unfortunately, just by surviving here, I am kind of responsible because I live in the global southwest. Yeah. Chile, a liberal country, all connected to, it's all connected, all connected to this shit. Anyway, most of the civilians have been killed according to medical authorities in Hamas-run Gaza. Much of Gaza has been reduced to rubble by Israeli airstrikes. Israeli fire and controlled detonations. More than 85% of Gaza's 2.3 million inhabitants have been left homeless. Most of the displaced have sought shelter in Rafah, on the border with Egypt, but after fruitless ceasefire talks, Netanyahu this week said Israeli forces will fight on until total victory. On Friday night, an airstrike on a Rafah house killed 11 people and wounded dozens, and a second strike killed 6 people in another house. Medical officials said earlier on Saturday, two separate Israeli airstrikes killed 5 members of the Hamas-run police force in Rafah, including a senior officer. Hamas and medics said. In the other main southern Gaza city of Khan Yunis, where many displaced people initially fled before an Israeli offensive last month, the Palestinian Health Ministry voiced alarm at Israeli operations around the main Nasser hospital. This picture taken from Rafah in the southern Gaza Strip shows fire and smoke rising during an Israeli airstrike on Khan Yunis on February 10, 2024, amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestinian Hamas militant group. Anyway, the ministry said the Israeli forces had surrounded the hospital and were shooting in the vicinity, raising concerns about 300 medical staff, 450 patients, and 10,000 people sheltering there. I just wanna make a comment like, look, I just have a one bank account right here in Chile. I have one bank account. I have one bank account here, and well, once the bank account, which is a state bank here in Chile, they give me 10 monies, which is like 10 carton milks, 10 carton milks, 10 I don't know, 10 rice bags, It's like a unit. Well, they give me 10 monies. So why they give me money? Why the bank gave me money? Just because banks make a lot of money with people's money, with people's works. That's the financial system. They give me 10. I'm pretty sure, I'm absolutely sure that they make 100 money, or maybe 5 50 monies. Anyway, and that's how Israel make real money, with international banking system, I guess. So that's it. In order to save Palestinians, well, this is we are pretty late, but in the future will be other people, Doesn't matter. The truth is, the Jews are not a religion, but in my opinion, Jews, not Jews, Jews, they are an economic system, Jews are an economic system, capitalism. Whatever you like or not, if you're doing great, if you're making a lot of money or not, that's the truth. Banks make a lot of money. If you're making money too, great. But making money kills Palestinians, If you don't make money, you will die like Palestinians. So that's it. Nobody says that. So what's killing Palestinians are capitalism. People are making a lot of campaign, but that campaign is this moral campaign is not working. Palestinians are still dying. Everybody's dying. Poor people are dying in the end. Footage circulating on social media, which Reuters could not independently verify, showed tanks at the hospital gates. Well, this news from CGTN is the best news I ever heard from them. Because it's kind of tricky. There's a lot of tricky issues here. There's a lot of problem. Israel's military said its forces were continuing intensive activities in Khan Yunis as well as northern and central Gaza, killing militants, seizing weapons, and striking infrastructure. It did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the situation at Nasser Hospital. Fierce fighting in Gaza City, the first major population center targeted after Israeli ground forces invaded in October. Residents reported fierce fighting on Saturday. Israel said its forces had discovered a tunnel network hundreds of meters long running partly under the Gaza City headquarters of UNRWA, the main relief agency for Palestinians. The military said it was evidence of how Hamas had exploited UNRWA, which has launched an internal probe and seen some donor countries freeze funding over Israel's allegations that 12 of its roughly 13,000 employees in the Gaza Strip has participated in the October 7 attacks. And that's it. Well, this was the best news I ever read from CGTN. People say that Chinese people they are coward. No. They just don't make a Chinese people. They just don't make a fuss about nothing. They are conservative. I was searching about Confucianism, and what I got from that is Confucianism is pretty similar to Catholicism. So people are people are conservatives, you know? They just don't talk shit. So what's going on to Chinese people do something like this? Well, a lot of things happen. And we have another news from, this news is from Pepe Escobar's Telegram. This is from Russia Today, a news from Sergei Karaganov itself. Yeah, February 10th, 2024, home Russia and former Soviet Union. Sergei Karaganov. Here's why Russia must permanently abandon Europe and turn fully to Asia. Europe is finished, and Russia's geopolitical and cultural advantage means it doesn't have to go down with the sinking ship. By Professor Sergei Karaganov, honorary chairman of Russian Council of Foreign and Defense Policy and academic supervisor at the School of International Economics and Foreign Affairs, Higher School of Economics, HSE, in Moscow. That's interesting because I'm considering go to right away to Russia and not try to survive in Europe, you know? Yeah, Europe may be too tricky to survive, I guess. Tommy! So where's the news? Where's the news? Read more. I guess I lost the news. Southern Siberia oral. Just a second. Just a second. I've saved too much bullshit here. Too much links. But I will just read it. Just read what I think it is. New meridional routes should be built connecting southern Siberia with the northern sea route leading to China and through it to Southeast Asia. The Urals and western regions of Siberia should be given effective access to India. Other countries of South Asia and the Middle East, encouragingly, work has finally begun, albeit belatedly, on the railway that linked Russia, including the Siberian regions, to the Indian Ocean via Iran. Tommy! I'm sorry. Tommy is killing another dog. I will have to check this. Anda para allá, vamos. Poor Tommy. Hey, how to take off a killer instinct, isn't it? Stay there, motherfucker. So yeah, let's destroy imperialism. Woo! Just destroy imperialism anyway. I lost the news again. So the Urals and the western regions of Siberia should be given effective access to India, other countries of South Asia, and the Middle East. Encouragingly, war has finally begun, albeit belatedly, on the railway that will link Russia, including the Siberian regions, to the Indian Ocean via Iran. It is necessary to develop Siberia with its water resources, involving water scarce but labor abundant Central Asia countries. The wider shortage of labor should be partly compensated by the mass attraction of hardworking and disciplined North Koreans. What? No, yeah. The wider shortage of labor should be partly compensated by the mass attraction of hardworking and disciplined North Koreans. We are finally getting out of foolishly following the Western line of the DPRK and restoring friendly relations. I know that India and Pakistan are interested in providing at least seasonal workers. We at the National Research University Higher School of Economics, together with the Institute of Economics and Industrial Production Organization of Siberian branch of the Russian Academy of Science, other institutes of the Siberian and Far Eastern branches of the Academy of Science, University of Tomsk, Barnaul, Escobar'S, Krasnoyarsk are starting a project to justify the project turned to the east towards the Siberization of Russia. Siberization of Russia. What an interesting concept. And I saw the Putin interview, and he stressed that Russia is the bigger bigger power of I don't remember rockets. Yeah, they have the best rockets. So you know what will be the best thing to Russia is destroy the other countries with rockets. You know, with ultrasonic rockets, because Russia have better plans. You know. Yeah, the Moscow will be completely destroyed, but they have Siberia. They definitely should Siberianize themselves. You know, Russia will survive in Siberia for sure. So, yeah, I guess Russia will win in any case. We also need a national program for the development of Oriental studies, knowledge of Oriental language, peoples and cultures in schools. Uniquely, culturally, and religiously open Russia has a huge competitive advantage here, inherited from its ancestors who, unlike the Europeans, did not enslave and destroy but absorb local peoples and cultures as they move eastwards. Sun Tzu, Confucius, Kautilya, or Vishugupta, Rabindranath, have no idea, Tagore, Ferdowski, King Darius, Tamerlane, Al-Khuzrami, the founder of algebra, Abu Ali Sina, Avicenna, the founder of medical science, or Fatima Al-Fidi, the founder of the world's first university, should be as familiar to an educated Russian as Alexander the Great, Galileo, Dante, Machiavelli, or Goethe. We need to understand the essence not only of Orthodox Christianity but also the Islam and Buddhism. All these religions and spiritual movements are already present in our spiritual memory. We just need to preserve and develop them. In addition, with the inevitable climate change in the coming decades, Siberia will expand the area of comfortable habitat. Nature itself is inviting us to a new Siberian eastward shift of Russia. I repeat once again, by creating and implementing the program of Russia's eastward shift, we are not only returning to the source of our power and greatness, but we are also opening the horizons for ourselves and future generations. We are creating and implementing the reborn Russian dream, the aspiration of the greatness of the country, prosperity and wealth, Russian freedom to embody the best in us, the Russian spirit. This article was first published by Rossiyskaya Gazeta newspaper. Well, with a short article. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the last article from Pepe Escobar, but yeah, no, it was a great article. I will copycat. I will repeat this. I will stress this. All the Asian, the Oriental think tankers now, the Oriental Sun Tzu, Confucius, Kautilya or Visnugupta, Rabindranath Tagore, Ferdowski, King Darius, Tamerlane, all I will research this. Yeah. Al Khosremi, the founder of algebra, Abu Alin Sina, Avicenna, the founder of medical science, of Fatima Al-Fayr, the founder of the world's first university. Yeah, I will make a quick research about it, just on YouTube. And well, that's it. And now it's yoga time. And well, I just can't. I can. I guess I can help Russia to have a great party. Imagine this: you like me, synth pop music or electronics, and you want to make a great party on Carnival or stuff. And well, you call people like you who like this kind of song, and you put this song on the streets. It's not a well. It's kind of tricky because nowadays in Moscow that could be a color revolution, but I guess in the future will be better, to hang along, to hang with a lot of people and hear music like this. Or if you like heavy metal, for example, if you like heavy metal, you can take a lot of records, a lot of albums, and play it on the street and have a good party, just like in Brazil.
Ended up in London where we needed to be to follow our obsession with the music scene. Wherever we went, whatever we did, we knew the songs. They called us the pop kids, 'cause we love the pop hits and quoted the best hits. So we were the pop kids. I loved you.
Well, as I said, as I told about Brazil, I guess Brazil and global South countries like South American countries, as you can see about Argentina, is a pretty tricky question because those people over here, they are absolutely colonized, and they will be colonized forever, I guess. I guess there's no hope for South American people, unfortunately. But that's the truth. If you ask anyone here, they still think the United States will be the best country forever. Is the great power, you know? They are colonized and pretty bad informed. But it's not hard to be bad informed because, as Putin said, the United States controls the media. And here from Pepe Escobar Telegram, we have a post from Geopolitics Live. Inside Putin's archives, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov revealed exclusive insights on data shared with Tucker Carlson. In fact, the president brought it folder, and it was prepared at the request of the president. He was the initiator. He was the author of this idea. It was obvious that Ukraine will be a high priority on the agenda of this interview. The president has a very deep knowledge of history, and he forms his judgment about history on the basis of primary sources. He works with archived documents very often and extensively. Therefore, this historical outlook is not emotional, but is based on specific knowledge of primary sources. He selects these primary sources to back up the arguments he was going to present on Ukraine, he said. That's it. Who says this? Inside Putin Archives, Kremlin spokes Dmitry Peskov. Yeah, you know, this guy, Tucker Carlson, well, this was a not friendly interview, you know. There was like, this guy Tucker, it was trying to making detrimental comments on Putin. He didn't got these historic references, but that's it. The question is the invasion of Ukraine, well, history, politics. There's a lot of arguments you can make, and well, the historical argument maybe is the most powerful, you know. Even if Putin feels threat or Russia feels threat by nature nowadays,